What's going on, people? Welcome back. Onlyfacts Sports Podcast, episode 46. You already know what it is. Nick, Shane, we're here. Go on.
You know, if you go on another show, yeah, how do you introduce yourself? Do you say Nick from Onlyfacts or do you say Onlyfacts Nick?
I don't go on any other shows.
I was going to ask you another thing. Like, alright, cool. When you're on Rance's show, it's difficult because...
He tags us as well.
Yeah,
it's just Onlyfacts Sports.
Yeah.
I just rep the brand.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I'm
still.
saying? You ain't even got... I'd rather man remember Onlyfacts Sports than Nick.
Yeah, facts, because the name Nick doesn't pay you.
Exactly.
Facts.
So that's what it is. Although someone shouted at me, am I famous today?
Yeah, facts, bro.
So, how many times have you been recognised now?
Since I've been doing content with... I've never been recognised before. Only one time when I was... Nah, lies. When I was in Saudi, I got recognised once. Mm-hmm. Someone said they didn't know me from TikTok. I was like, bro, I don't even have a TikTok account. But that was the TikTok account that you had at that time.
Yeah.
And then I was recognised one time before at the gym. But it was more like, raw, keep doing what you're doing kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
his brother shouted at me on the way home from the office. He was like, yo, you're famous, innit? Everyone started looking in the middle of the city. And I was like, not really. And he was like, but you support Arsenal though? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'll say no more. I'll see you at the parade, innit? I was like, yeah.
But that's happened to you a few times. That's even happened to two times that's happened to me with you.
Yeah.
One time when we were downstairs, that happened to you. And then one time when you were on the phone and I was in my house and the guy said he recognized your voice.
Yeah. So I get recognized every now and again, which is cool. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all good interactions. I ain't had no negative interactions yet, but I'm waiting for that day.
Yeah, of course.
The breaking news, semi-breaking news, Frank Warren comes out swinging against the Saudis. Bro. And boy, I gotta say,
there's so many ways to unpack this, you know?
I know.
I want to initially say, after the situation had with Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren kind of was under the radar. And I'm like, one thing we know, that ain't happening to Frank.
Not the way that it happened.
Yeah, not that way.
In fact, you're right, because Frank ain't got that kind of weird, cool relationship with
nobody.
It's strictly business with everybody.
Business with him. So
right.
you're getting 5 lawsuits before that. But I just thought to myself, that could only happen with Frank. And
I also feel like Eddie's more likely to swallow his pride than Frank. Mm-hmm. Eddie is representing a brand.
Yeah. And
Frank is representing a brand as well. But I feel like the Matchroom brand is stronger than even Eddie individually. Frank Warren's brand is very much focused around Frank Warren, if that makes sense. I think Frank Warren's brand is focused around Frank Warren more than Eddie's brand is focused around Eddie. Because Eddie didn't build his brand.
I get what you mean. And I also get what you mean in the sense that Frank Warren reminds me of just of the British Bob Arum.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the sense that
if Frank weren't here anymore, God forbid, I know he's got his sons that would do stuff. The business would continue, but it would feel different without Frank. I think that would have a bigger impact, Frank not being there, than Eddie not being there.
I'm not sure, because Eddie is a better promoter.
That's true.
But I do get what you mean. I feel like, here's the thing, yeah? Let's actually bring it to what we're talking about. He's suing him for £1 billion or $1 billion or whatever. Now, firstly, I feel like, where the hell did you get that figure from?
And I thought that as well.
I read the whole...
Queensberry might not be worth $1 billion.
I read the whole... Facts.
He'd have to sign your whole stable to justify you suing him for $1 billion.
I read the whole... And in this video, we're going to establish 2 things. 1, why he's suing. And 2, what is the probable thing that's going to happen.
And I wanted to say, if you're new to the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel. But one of the reasons I want you to, you don't have to, but what a lot of other people do in this space is something happens and they make a video telling you what happened. And that's it. What we do here is we're going to cover what happened.
And why it happened.
But why it happened and what we think is going to happen next. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we are, in my opinion, as far as I know, the only channel, certainly in Britain, probably in the world, but certainly in Britain, that warned these men about inviting the fox into the hen house.
Facts. If you go on this channel, maybe, I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was October 2024 when I just came back from Saudi. And I literally said, Saudi is bad for boxing. The video is on our channel right now. So before you guys are jumping...
Shane said the boxing experience wasn't good. All this kind of experience wasn't good. We spoke to someone who's close with the Saudis who will remain nameless. They told us, don't worry, the stuff's being worked on, the stuff's being worked on.
And Nick's always said, when everybody was saying, oh, these men don't care about money, Nick has said, bro, you lot are chatting shit. But there was always a deeper plan.
I didn't think that the things that our contact told us would get better, the fight weeks and this and that, and that's not what we're talking about. We're going to get back to the topic. But I didn't think that stuff would get better because the way that they want to come in and monopolize, they wouldn't have to make it better.
Facts.
So I don't need to be better if I'm the only person, I'm the only game in town.
Yeah, facts. Everybody at the beginning thought, they want to do it for tourism, get people over. When they were doing fights like Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr., where both fan bases don't travel, I don't understand how you're going to get people to travel. But Beterbiev and Bivol in Saudi, it was always a bigger plan. There was always a bigger plan. And 1 billion, I'm going to go back to that now. I'll tell you why. I'm going to start here. I'll tell you why I feel like Frank Warren has sued Turkey. I read the whole document. And I don't know why he sued him for $1 billion. I can only presume it's to make headlines. And because Frank Warren and Queensberry haven't been in the headlines for a while. And obviously Tyson Fury just announced his fight, but with Netflix. And that's against their deal that they got with DAZN. And obviously Eddie's in the limelight.
And Turkey's the lead promoter for that Netflix.
Yeah, of course. And I feel like you can sue Turkey, but suing him for $1 billion is a headline. So but
he's not just suing Turkey.
He's suing TKO and Sela. Now, here's my theory.
Just because I make that distinction because it's not Turkey's money.
No.
So I don't want people to think that he's suing Turkey individually. It's the people that's behind Turkey.
What Turkey's done very, very wisely is the first thing he's done is he bought Ring Magazine. So he got a institution that is very, very well respected within boxing under his umbrella. So instantly he's got validity in the game. Instantly. I got the belt. I got the Ring Magazine. Done. He got 2 very, very good promoters who have very good bases to promote his shows. Now, if I'm Frank Warren and I understand that you are detaching yourself from me and in attempt to detach yourself from me, you've now used my model in essence because he was...
And taking my largest asset, by the way.
Tyson Fury. But not even just that, bro. Have you seen what the things that they were saying? They were accusing Sela and these men of basically, in essence, bro, it's mad. They knew their expertise to negotiate certain deals. And because they were privy to certain information in terms of...
Oh, yeah, with like insider trading, basically.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They're suing them.
So you're coming over
that.
here to look at my contract, like purse bids. Mm-hmm. I mean, if a fight's going to purse bids and me and you both are bidding on it separately, I can't be a consultant in your company, know and work on what your purse bid is going to be, and then go and work with somebody else and advise them to put in the winning purse bid. That's dodgy.
100. And I feel like...
But that's how the Saudis operate.
Of course. But I feel like when he saw Conor Ben and he's seen what's happened to Tyson Fury, he's like, you know what? Before you even try to poach any of my fighters, before you even cross that line, I'ma sue you. And it's a prevention method. Because now if you did want to sign any of my fighters, we already got an ongoing legal battle. We already got an ongoing legal battle. Yeah. So at this stage...
And to a judge, it would look like, it's malicious.
Yeah, of course. I think it's genius from Frank Warren.
I don't know if you saw Frank on TalkSport when he was talking... What topic were they talking about? Talking about Tyson Fury's return. I think they were talking about Carl Froch and John
Fury.
And he seemed very irritable. And they said, but your boy's back, and how does John Fury's antics affect the Tyson Fury's show? And he said, you know what Frank's like. He goes, don't ask me. I'm not the promoter for the show. Ask Turkey. It's Turkey's show, And they're like, your name's attached to it. He's like, yeah, my name's attached to it, but I'm not the main promoter. It's his show. Let him promote. And he was very irritable. And I was like, this is an interesting kind of tone that you're taking.
But it's been like that. Yeah. Because Eddie's now taken over as lead promoter. and he took over as lead promoter. And I know why he took over as lead promoter. Because Frank likes control as well. Frank is one of the few people that loves control as well. When you try to... Eddie will give up control. And I'm going to get to why people keep saying, did Eddie make a mistake with Conor Benn? I actually don't think he did. The reason, and in fact, I'll say it now. The reason why I don't think he did is because many people are like, how do you have such a flimsy relationship with Conor Benn? That's why Eddie Hearn's been so successful. Who do you know that can go into the American market and do a fight with Canelo? Do a fight with Devin Haney? Do a fight with Crawford on a one-fight deal? Do a fight with Bivol? No, he's got an actual deal with Bivol. But you're right, do a fight with Bivol. Because he's so transparent with his contracts. The reason why he was successful in America is because everybody, Oscar, Bob Arum, and Al Heyman, was tying fighters down to long-term deals.
There's a lot of money he's made with the Dillian Whites, the Derek Chisoras, the Dave Allens, I don't know about Johnny Fisher, but even the Josh Kellys.
Tony Belly. Fight-by-fight deals.
Fight-by-fight deals.
And he brought that same model to America. And because we can't say just because of what happened with Conor Benn, it was a bad model. What about how he got Jerome Boots Ennis? How did he get Bam? With this same, go out and find a deal with his better, I'll match it. That same flimsiness, Oscar ain't doing that.
Yeah.
That's how you got market share. Yeah. So people are saying, he was wrong for that. No, that's how it
didn't work out, but statistically it works out for him more
often than not. You're gonna fight the baby with the bathwater.
And he had a personal relationship with this guy.
Facts.
So if anyone, there's not really an amount of money for Anthony Joshua to sign with Queensberry. Let's say.
Yeah, of course.
There's no amount of money.
Of course.
Especially at this stage of his life.
So, bringing it back to Frank, that's why I think Frank's done it. Now, why do you think Frank's done it?
I think it's a preemptive strike. I definitely think it's a preemptive strike. I think he's ring fencing his fighters. And I think, he knows that his relationship with Tyson Fury, business-wise, is going to be coming to an end because Tyson Fury has only got a couple fights left. But I'm not building Wardley into a star for you to
commentate.
Sam Noakes or whoever it is. I'm not building
the whole heavyweight stable that he has.
The whole heavyweight stable. This is what
Hamza
he's curated
Shiraz.
really well. The Hamza Shirazes, these guys. I'm not having it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having whoever that next star is going to be, and you guys come and disrupt what we're doing.
Facts, and I don't think, and this is what people need to understand. I don't think this is a lawsuit that's going to go anywhere. You know how Eddie won his lawsuit against Jake Paul, or certain people win. I don't think this lawsuit's going to go anywhere. But where it benefits Frank is because he knows, I don't know if you saw the Zuffa stable that they signed. They signed 50 fighters, only 3 of them that I know. Like 3 of them, I know maybe more than 3, I'm lying. But only 3 of them names of value. Only 3 fighters of real value. And we know they were trying to sign people like Boots and sign people like Bam. And
they've even taken the Matchroom model of having their own gym.
Top Rank have their own gym as well.
I saw Conor Benn on, when I was watching his Snapchat. He's in the gym. He's in the Zuffa Boxing gym with Jaya Pataya.
Yeah.
So that means he's left Tony Sims as well. Do you know what I mean? And left that whole. So it's a bit when they're signing a fighter, it's not just signing a fighter. It's very disruptive. Do you know what I mean? Like Ben Whittaker can sign with DAZN with Matchroom, but stay with his trainer, and nothing in his team has to change. When you sign with Zuffa, not necessarily everyone, but certainly these types of people like Conor Benn, there's wholesale changes in the camp.
What do you think is going to happen moving forward? With this lawsuit, because I don't think it's going to go to court and he's going to be awarded $1 billion.
No, but first of all, he's establishing legal precedent, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? So that if anything malicious comes down the line, even if Turkey tries to sue him at some point in the future, he can say, well, I sued him first. Do you know what I'm saying? You muddied our relationship first. Here's what I gave to you, and here's how you treated me, and here's what had to happen. So he's establishing the legal precedent. But I even said when the Turkeys came in, when the Saudis came in, it's just going to be another
promotional company.
It's going to be, and we'll get back to another point where we can't get unification fights or this or that because people are beefing with other people. It's just going to be the same thing. I don't know. I can't remember many times in my life that money has solved a conflict without starting another conflict.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think it will be.
And I agree. I feel like Turkey now is because if I'm Turkey, how do I respond? Because you actually with a lawsuit, regardless how frivolous or how irrelevant it is something you're going to have to address. It's something you're going to have to address whether it doesn't make any sense or not.
Yeah.
And when I do look at the lawsuit, I don't know whether there's any grounds to sue, whether that's good, whether it's going to stand up in court. I definitely know it ain't going to stand up in court for $1 billion.
Yeah.
But I think if I'm Turkey, I'm more looking at like, did I make the right decision getting rid of Frank Warren when I did? Because as it currently stands, if Frank has ring-fenced his fighters and put a barrier between his fighters, that means you really can't get any heavyweight fights.
No.
You really can't get any heavyweight fights.
Yeah.
And what it's also done is, it's also
killed the commercial value of signing Usyk.
Killed the commercial value of signing Usyk. But I was even thinking that. I was more thinking that if I'm Eddie, if I'm Oscar, if I'm Top Rank, if I'm Al Heyman, who has these fighters, I have these fighters, and you got your stable shit. Do I then start doing the same thing? Do I then maybe not suing? But do I then start like...
If they all start ring-fencing their fighters, and especially if they all start playing... Well, they have been playing ball. Turkey's used them, but now they need to use him back.
Use him back.
What Turkey's done is brought us all to the table. Now he's going to sign with Dana, and they're doing their thing. We can start making big fights with all our fighters.
Well, that's what Oscar said.
And we can cut... Because at the moment, they don't have anyone of any... Apart from Jao Pataya...
I don't think he has commercial value that much.
But he's a world champion. Conor Ben's
for how long?
This is the question. Outside of that, there's no one there that's going to stop us from doing what we're doing.
Facts. And I feel like creating a barrier between him, Sela, and... Because I can almost guarantee if you're under contract with Queensberry, you ain't even going to be able to know. You ain't even going to be able to have a conversation with Sela now.
Yeah, no.
These man ain't even going to want to touch you.
Frank loves a lawsuit.
He loves a lawsuit.
Yeah, Frank.
That man ain't even going to want to touch you.
No.
So
it's not worth it.
It's literally like I've already got a $1 billion lawsuit that I have to entertain, which I don't want to,
Fact.
and then I got to try and sign you, which we already know. If you try and poach someone, even if they're not under contract, you're still going to get sued because apparently Virgil wasn't under contract. He's getting sued. He can't even negotiate until this proceedings is over. Facts. So I feel like these men are just going to be dashing lawsuits left, right, and centre, bro.
Yeah, 100%. It's
mad.
And it's mad that Frank's the one to jump out as well, because Frank, Oscar, and Eddie. Frank Queensberry probably have, I think, the least amount of money.
Yeah, 100%.
But he's going up against the biggest pockets in not even just the sport, in world sport
right now.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So TKO is all in it.
Yeah, so he's going up against some heavyweights. We've got a topic here. We're going to talk about the Zuffa Boxing takeover, so we might as well move on to that now. You mentioned the fighters that they were signing. Also, big news of potentially a Sky deal in the UK. Talk to me about that.
I don't know who's going to run that. If you're in British boxing...
Bring back Adam Smith.
No, but I mean from a promotional perspective.
It might have to be Adam Smith.
But Adam Smith's not a promoter.
I know, but Adam Smith would be a better promoter than any of the guys they got over there.
That's why I'm saying I don't know, because in British boxing, more than anything, you need some form of liaison between
the
audience and the fighter, and you got to have someone to spin narrative. It's difficult because them doing a Sky deal, I don't know if that's just to distribute their American fights. I don't know, because there isn't any mega stars who they can go out and sign anyway.
Yeah, and they have Conor Ben, but again, he needs the right dance partners, and really his best dance partners are in America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So not only is his best dance partners in America, but Matchroom have a very big stable.
And we heard that Sky were getting out of boxing as well.
I don't even think they went. I think
the distribution side for them is fine, but I think putting on the big nights is not their bag. Yeah,
maybe for one-off fights, maybe. Yeah. But Zuffa don't want one-off fights. No. Zuffa want big deals. So I don't even think it's gonna make it. But honestly, it's good because it does help distribute the American fights or the American shows, because we did speak about the fact that we don't have Paramount. Do you know what I'm saying? So how do we watch Zuffa shows? But
not DAZN?
Huh?
No deal to be done with DAZN?
No, they won't do that because the zone's global.
Yeah, fair.
So they won't do that. They will do a deal with Sky because Sky can distribute their content in Britain. Yeah. But I don't feel like that makes a difference. You have to have a stable in Britain. Like Sky, when you think about Sky, when they've signed deals The first thing Ben Shalom done when he signed with Sky was sign everybody from Eddie. Because you need a stable. That's one thing you need if you sign with Sky. Yeah. They don't have a stable. I can't name you 10 fighters in Britain right now that can sell. That's not under contract.
Oh, no. But then, I mean, you'll never have 10 fighters not under contract that can sell.
Exactly. But, all right, cool. You're going to need at least 5. You're going to need at least 5 to sign with Sky, which is the biggest sports distribution company.
I know what you're saying. Even if you went and took two or 3 from Boxer and 2 from Eddie and 1 from Frank, which you probably can't do with the lawsuit. Even if you did that, combine the commercial value is not massive.
You took Conor Ben, cool.
Yeah.
That's 1.
Yeah.
Maybe Eubank. I mean,
nah.
That's dead.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
Ben Whittaker's just been signed. He's not going to leave before. I'm
trying to think of fighters you could sign, bro.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know anyone that's out there like that. I mean, most of these men are signed up already, bro. Like I can't see it. I can't see it.
Facts.
But in terms of Zuffa Boxing though, obviously the aftermath with Conor Ben and with obviously Ryan Garcia winning the this is interesting. With Ryan Garcia winning the WBC belt. I don't know if you heard what Eddie Hearn said and obviously what Mauricio Suleiman said.
No.
If Zuffa don't acknowledge the IBF belt, so if when Jaya Pattaya fights Glanton and they do not acknowledge the fight as a world title defense and it's not an IBF sanctioned fight, the IBF, which Zuffa said they don't recognize any belts other than Ring and Zuffa, Jaya Pattaya will be stripped. Mauricio Suleiman said Conor Ben, if he signed to Zuffa and they don't disclose that the fight is a WBC sanctioned fight, which means you have to pay sanctioning fees, that fight can't happen. So the fight won't even be able to go to purse bids. Yeah. So my thought is now, if I'm Zuffa, am I really looking to detach myself from the belts when I don't have a stable?
No, but also like stable or no stable, the belts, whether people like it or not on the rankings, are partly how we determine. It's also the performances that people put on, but it's partly how we determine who should be fighting who. And if you're just not involved in the rankings, period, because if you're not acknowledged by the IBF or the WBC, that's still going to have an impact on how you're ranked in other governing bodies. You might be prioritized one way or deprioritized another way, but it's still some type of ranking tool.
Because the WBC and IBF don't recognize Zuffa belt.
No.
And we've seen many times where if a
and why should they?
They shouldn't.
Yeah.
If I remember when Lomachenko was upgraded to franchise champion, all the other belts didn't recognize that belt. They didn't recognize it. Now,
nor should they.
He was still allowed to keep the title of franchise champion, but he wasn't called undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Neither was Teal. They weren't called undisputed because they don't recognize that as a belt. So I presume it's the same situation with this.
Wasn't it similar with Tank? Didn't he have a belt that like people didn't recognize at one point?
No. He had a regular belt, but that's not the same situation.
Yeah. So what's next for Ryan Garcia then?
He
called out Shakur.
For me, the biggest fight in boxing.
It's got to be Devin.
Biggest fight in boxing, bro. There's no fight in the sport that's bigger or better than that fight. There's none.
Yeah.
Because the first fight didn't have the fact that there was actual boxing credibility behind it, because this fight's a unification. You got 2 champions in a weight class. Now remove that. The first fight, for all what we want to say the controversy, it was actually a good, entertaining fight.
Yeah.
This fight's going to have way more needle, way more backstory and back and forth. We genuinely don't know who's going to win. We don't know who's going to win. Like, it's a genuine 50-50 fight because anyone could win. But it's also a unification. What more? When you talk about ingredients for a great fight or for a historical fight, it has all the ingredients, bro.
Then why did Ryan not call out Devin? Why did he call out Shakur?
That's a question I don't know.
And Shakur's a weight class below.
But that's the next thing why I don't think that fight happens. Because Shakur's saying I'm only fighting Ryan if it's at a catch weight. Ryan ain't fighting at 144.
No.
So how's that gonna work?
Is that just promotion then, or like what's the Devin Haney's right there. He's another world champion. I can't understand this new trend of calling out world champions that aren't in your weight class.
Yeah.
We saw Tank do it with Lamont Roach.
Yeah.
We see Hitchens do it with Devin. We see everyone do it with Devin, basically. So
Devin do it with Zayas.
Yeah.
We saw Ryan do it with Shakur.
Yeah.
Shakur do it with Conor Ben.
Yeah, Tio do it with Shakur.
Yeah. Like it's literally everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, Zerdo and Benavidez.
Yeah, and it's people in weight classes that have Zerdo and Benavidez slightly different because Benavidez had nowhere to go in 175. But at the time, because injuries and whatever.
Yeah.
But these lot, they've all got fights.
Yeah, facts.
They've all got great fights in their divisions, but they're jumping up and around to other divisions just to,
for whatever reason.
For whatever reason. I guess it's probably money. That's the obvious reason.
No, but I don't know if Shakur makes more money than Ryan, Devin. If I'm Ryan, I don't know that the Shakur fight makes more money than Devin. I don't think it does.
In North America, it might. In North America alone, it might.
Whether
we like it or not.
I don't know.
Whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, after the fight, the people still see Devin as food. People hate
Devin.
People still hate Devin. See two reasons. One, people still see Devin as food, and people see Shakur as untouchable. Second of all, is the I fucking lost what I was going to say. I can't remember what I was going to say.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I don't know, but
I think people just don't rate Devin anymore, based on what they've seen.
That might be the case, but I still think the name Ryan and Devin are just gonna be connected to each other.
I agree. And even, I still think Devin wins that fight.
For the first time in a long time, I heard Oscar say, "I want to see that fight next."
Yeah,
he said it. And I was surprised when he said it because he said he's constantly detached himself from that fight for a while.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't want that fight.
Now he's not getting Virgin and Boots, so he's got a...
True. But then why not Devin? Why did he say Ryan and Shakur? Why did he not say Ryan and Shakur and say Ryan and Devin? Does he just see Devin as an easier fight than Ryan, probably? Than Shakur?
Maybe. Easier fight for more money, but I still think Devin wins that fight.
I don't know what Devin turns up for that. Bro, it's a psychological
It's the same
thing.
Devin.
It's a psychological thing,
It's the same Devin.
Bro.
I don't think this is what Devin turns up. It's the same Devin.
He will see Ryan and have flashbacks of that night,
It's the same Devin, bro. This is the thing. It's not two different Devins. AJ that goes for the kill and AJ that boxes around the outside are two different AJs. This is the same Devin. They're not two different Devins. They're the same person.
We're forgetting that Devin did actually get dropped 3 times in that fight.
And he dropped Brian Norman Jr. when he weren't expected to.
Yeah.
And stopped him.
Well, not stopped him, but he went the distance, but he dropped him.
He went the distance, but he dropped him. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know that Devin having such a long relationship with Ryan Garcia, I'm thinking that might play a factor in not affecting him quite as much. This is not the only time he's been in the ring with him.
It's not the only time he's lost.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know. I still have Devin winning that fight if he's not on drugs.
Well, that's another thing why that Shakur said and Devin said the only way they make the fight with Ryan is if there's adequate VADA testing.
And that shouldn't be a controversial take. That should be the normal take.
Of course. But I don't think that's controversial at all.
But people will act like it is, or people will act like ducking. Ryan's fan base is so big and so powerful, especially on social media.
It's getting even bigger as well.
Yeah, 100%.
It's getting even bigger.
100%.
So, yeah, man, if you're asking me what fight, I mean, I don't mind either one, but I'm always going to say Devin. 1, because of the get back. The first fight wasn't a fair fight. And 2, because, as you said, bro, Shakur, you're at 140.
Yeah.
Like, you got through that one at 135. Yeah, like, you got through that 135 and 140, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and you're talking about catch weights and shit, bro. Like, there's guys, what's his name, just had a good fight on the weekend. Antoine Russell just had a good fight, you know what I'm saying? It's a good fight.
Yeah, but if I'm Shakur, that's not... You got to earn a shot against me. That performance you put in is not earning a shot against me.
But what are we doing?
I have the belt. If I didn't have a belt...
He's got a belt as well.
Okay, if he's got a belt, then that's fair. But if guys that are putting in okay performances that don't have belts...
No, but I'm talking about...
Unification. If you're talking world
Gary
world
Antoine Russell's got a belt.
If you're talking world title unifications, then that's fine.
No, but that's my point. I've had a big problem with Shakur since he was from when he was world champion at 126. When he was world champion at 126, he's just gone through each weight class, but he's had no desire to become undisputed. None.
Or even unified.
Now, he unified once against Valdez, but I don't even think that was his intention.
Yeah.
I just think that fight was forced upon him because Top Rank had both of them and they thought there's a big money fight.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was his intention.
Yeah.
When you could have become undisputed, you didn't see the value of undisputed.
Which is weird because you're coming from the tutelage of Crawford and
Andre
close
Ward.
relationship with Mayweather as well. Do you know what I mean? So you'd think picking up these belts and unifying
And Andre
divisions-
Ward.
Was Andre Ward undisputed?
No, but he was unified at 168.
Unified at 168. Yeah, I was going to say.
And unified at 175, in
Yeah.
fact. Yeah, when he done the Super Series where he beat all the champions and when he beat Carl Froch and that. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, this is how I know it's mad. You fought Teofimo Lopez, who's the man at 140, and you called out a guy that don't even have a belt. You called Conor Benn into the ring.
Yeah.
Like, for me, that's a Fascio move, bro. So I think like Shakur Stevenson's career needs a bit more direction from a boxing perspective.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's just thinking business. And Ryan and Devin, bro, get it on. You know what I'm saying? Some people saying Ryan Rowley rematch, though.
Ryan will probably take that fight. Do you think Ryan's afraid of losing to Devin? He's beat him in the amateurs. He's beat him in the pros, but it was overturned. From his perspective, do you think that he feels like what led to him taking the drugs in the first place? Is it a case of if he's at the top of his game, I'm probably not beating him? Or was Ryan just at a crazy place in his life?
I think Ryan had shaky performances in his career. Do you know what I'm saying? And Ryan is one person who understands narrative and public perception. You know what I'm saying? So someone like Ryan, it was like Devin, former undisputed champion, fought at 140. He had credibility. He had a boxing credibility behind him. I think people kept saying, "Oh, why would he take drugs against Devin but not take drugs against Tank?" Because he lost to Tank. Do you know what I'm saying? I know for a fact, if I go beat a gal and I get her pregnant, I know the next time I'm pressing, I'm wearing rubbers. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just the way it goes,
Too late,
innit?
man. You might as well breed it again.
No, but I'm saying if I had this, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I got another chance at big money. I ain't gonna F that up, bro. He can't. You lost to Tank and then went into another big money fight with Devin, and then you lose again. 2 big money fights. You can't lose that.
Yeah.
I guarantee
He lose to
you.
Rowley.
The Rowley fight was for big money as well, but it was off the back of a win at least. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the Devin fight, obviously I think he had a win in between, but in terms of like big pay-per-views, you can't go from one pay-per-view loss to another pay-per-view loss to another. Your days of making money are done, fam.
Yeah. His fans will still buy it though.
I don't know if he lost to Devin, they would. If he had lost to Tank and then fought Devin and lost, I don't think they would.
Okay. So is a loss to Devin less devastating than a loss to Shakur?
Now, I think a loss to Devin is better now because he gets a third fight at some stage.
Because I'm wondering if they're looking at it as how many fans you lose. You go and lose to Devin. Money-wise, okay, fine, you go and get a trilogy fight. But fan base-wise...
I think a lot of fans don't think he can beat Shakur.
Yeah. I'm talking about his fans. Not general fans, his fans specifically.
I think his fans don't think he can beat Shakur either.
I don't know.
You think so?
His fans aren't boxing fans.
But if you ain't a boxing fan but you know Shakur, you know this dude's the real deal. You've already seen him beat Devin, bro. In your eyes, if you're a Ryan fan, you've already seen him beat Devin.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, I definitely don't think they're going to want to see Ryan versus Rowley.
No one wants to unify. That's what I'm getting.
No, Devin does.
Apart from Devin.
Rowley said he wants Ryan, but he don't want Devin.
Ryan's calling out flipping people in the division below him. Shakur's calling out people that don't even have belts.
Yes.
Or have a division.
Yeah, bro, facts.
Or have a promotional company. Or anything.
Literally,
He's got nothing. All he's got is a blonde hair. Blood.
Man's a nomad right now.
100%. So, yeah, it's a funny time. It's a funny time in boxing. But we'll see what happens with Frank Warren's lawsuit, with Zuffa Boxing, with Ryan, where he's going to go next. We'll see.
I think you're going to bring up something about funny time, because I think the topic you're bringing up now is even funnier.
In life and in boxing, we need to learn when to let things go, bro.
Fam, this is one of the few times I'm going to disagree with you. I already know where you're going with this, but this is one of the few times I'm going to disagree with you.
When are we going to learn to let things go? Every time I'm watching football, you talk to a United fan. If you banter a United fan, Onlyfacts football coming out, like and subscribe. You banter a United fan, they go, oh, but the class of 99. It's 2026. The man don't know what year it is. Do you know what I'm saying? I was chatting to a Chelsea fan today and I was like, well, we're smoking you lot on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? It's, two Champions Leagues. It was like talking to ChatGPT. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, sports fans can't let it go. We could be seeing, if you haven't guessed where I'm going with this so far, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2.
Have you seen the purses, blood?
I'm not talking about the purses.
No, but you're saying why it's happening.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you
I
saying?
said, why can't we let things go?
Who?
Why
we as
the fans. Because we're the ones that are paying, that's generating the purses. Why? If I hear...
I don't know.
If I hear Tyson, as a boxing fan, if I hear Tyson and Holyfield are going to fight, that's not entertaining to me.
But
why would I be excited by that?
I feel like with this is different.
Why?
And I'll tell you why. I swear I feel like this is different.
Floyd's going to lose.
Can I? That's why. That's why. That is what you just said. That's why. Because
Floyd sold his body to Israel and now he's going to sell his belt. Now he's going to sell his O and his entire legacy.
Let me ask you a question. What's Muhammad Ali's Muhammad Ali's record?
He's got 4 losses.
But you don't know. You don't know it, do you? I don't know it.
Yeah.
Do you know Crawford's record?
47-0.
We don't know. What's Manny Pacquiao's record? What's Joe Lewis's record? We don't know anybody's record when they retire, but we know Floyd's.
50-0.
Floyd, his whole career, marketed that O and advertised that O. At some stage, when you advertise and market something, you have to sell it. Yeah. That's how it is, bro. And let me tell you the maddest thing.
You don't have to, though. You don't have to.
This is where life gets funny. This is a time where Floyd knows that every man and his dog for the last 10 fights wanted to see this dude lose. For you to, as a fan, if you followed the journey of Floyd, at least for the last 6 fights of his career, you tuned in to watch this guy lose. That was the spectacle. This is the time he's...
Not the last fight. He was never losing to
Oh, yeah. Forget that. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that.
This is the time you're actually going to see him lose. Because, bro, Pacquiao looked good against Barrios. Floyd ain't fought. Last time he fought was Deji. So, like...
He's not fighting.
So, we're looking at a time where...
Like, for Deji, he's using his natural talent. He's not really going through a camp. Whereas Pacquiao, to fight Barrios... He really went through a camp.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Barrios looked fucking terrible against Garcia, but he's still an active professional boxer, probably in his prime, as shit as he is, do you know what I mean, by world champion standards. Floyd's losing, bro.
Facts.
Floyd.
But as you said,
and we know
there's a price for certain man's body and there's a price for certain man's belt, bro. Well, he ain't even got a belt. He's priced for his O. And at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself this, yeah? In the grand scheme of things, this fight don't really mean nothing.
No, of course it don't.
But I'm gonna make 300 million for it. I think his guaranteed purse is like 200 M's. Bro, if I'm there, someone asked me the other day, "Oh, why do we only see this in boxing and we don't see this in any other sport?" I tell people, in what other sport do you want to see? In what other sport?
Zidane playing right now.
Facts.
But even still,
not even just that.
That's not even true.
Not even just that. Mm-hmm. If Zidane was getting 250 grand a week, he'll still be playing.
But not just that, we do see this, like, obviously it's different, but we see, like, in football, they do the charity games.
No, I'm talking about where they're still fighting at the top level, where they're earning
It's not top level.
Sorry, where they're earning top purses.
Yeah.
If Man United was still paying Gary Neville 300 grand a week, you think he still won't be playing football?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's the institutions paying the money, fam.
Yeah. That's why I said, when are we going to move on? When are we going to move
in
on?
normal circumstances, I would say that, but in this one is different. Even with the Jake Paul, one is different.
It's not. Even with the Jake Paul Mike Tyson thing, I thought, why? I said
that's disgusting.
But it's just moving on. You forget about Jake Paul because he's younger. Even if it was Mike Tyson fighting Lennox, who cares? Even if Mike Tyson knocked out Lennox Lewis or Lennox Lewis knocked out who cares? These are 60-year-old men, bro.
Facts.
Just
but
move on.
Floyd's got an O that people still want to see him lose, bro. People hate Floyd, bro. You gotta understand. That
it's going to be even more now because he used to have the black community behind him, and now he's kind of turned his back on the black community.
Bro, yeah, he's got bare debt, you know.
He's a gambling addict.
He's got bare debt.
50 told us he's got a bad gambling addiction,
and he owes like for cars and like bare apartments and that, bro. Before we heard him supposed to be fighting Mike Tyson in Congo.
He's probably going to do both. I think he'll do it.
Yeah, he's probably getting bare money for that as well, bro. Yeah. Like, them man and why not? Why not, fam?
Like I say, you already sold him. Did you see the video of him talking about Israel?
Yeah.
You seen it?
Yeah, I saw that. That was on Instagram. Not Instagram, YouTube. But I don't really... This is what I was telling you last week, bro. I don't look at... Floyd is one of my favourite fighters. It's not my favourite fighter to ever live. But I wouldn't look at Floyd to raise my children.
Of course
or
not.
an inspiration.
Of course
not. The
not.
days of having people like Ali's done, bro.
To me, well, you've got Lewis Hamilton now, but for me and you...
Oh, I know what you said that. That I'm not gonna lie, that is such quick thinking. That was such quick thinking.
The thing is, it's not that I think that we've got celebrities to raise our children and stuff, but that is still how people still put these people on the pedestal. We spoke about this with Mason Greenwood before and all the rest of it. Whether they should or shouldn't, we agree they shouldn't, and we talk about kids and stuff off the show. So me and you have the same thought process on that, but people do. That's a fact.
Yeah,
they just do.
I don't know who would make Floyd raise their children. Maybe from a like work ethic perspective, like when he used to box, like he worked very hard and he's still in good shape. But other than that,
this is the thing with sports and just life in general, bro. Man becomes super famous for one small facet of their life.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's one
and
thing.
they try to extrapolate that across their entire bro.
100%.
I never forget
the Harry Potter
the Ja Rule. Remember the Ja Rule thing?
What, with Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
Where's Ja Rule at a time like this? Yeah, 100%.
Like literally, bro. Man, them literally turned celebrities into everything. Like my 100%. Bro. Right?
And the Grammys, they're all wearing like fuck ice badges and all that kind of shit. Bitch, no one cares what you got to say.
Literally, bro. Like you dance, you sing, you act. I ain't looking for relationship advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? You looking to raise my children, fam? You might need to go outside, as you always say.
Does Pacquiao need the money as well?
I
heard that he was having some financial
maybe, but with Pacquiao it's different. I can't say anything about Pacquiao because Pacquiao still showed me that he can fight at the top level, bruv.
Yes and no. The counter argument to that is, apart from his age, if he's still fighting at the top level, what business does he have going and fighting a man that's 45 years old, who's not a professional, that's not currently fighting at the top level? Then, what business do you have there?
I think Pacquiao's allowed. See,
bro, everyone's going to make excuses for their favourite
That's why I said for this fight, Pacquiao's not my favourite fighter, but for this fight, for me, I think Pacquiao's allowed. That's why this fight, every other fight, you're right. But this fight, I don't have that opinion about it.
But because of this fight, other people will do it. Even though the circumstances will be slightly different, they'll all contort their minds to go, well, that's how they did it. So
could Mike Tyson... let me ask you a question.
I don't even want to see Froch and Groves fight right now.
Nah, because you're right. But
it would entertain me. But what does that mean from a boxing perspective? If they're going to just entertain me, I might as well just see you, man, argue on TalkSport then.
I think with Floyd, I think with Pacquiao, I was one of the few people that was firmly against Pacquiao versus Barrios. And I was on the channel saying that. But when this dude fought good, and in my opinion beat Barrios, I'm like, raw.
But because
this guy can actually still fight.
Because he fought good and arguably beat Barrios, that's why he shouldn't be fighting Floyd. That means there's actually better fighters out there for him.
How good is Ryan Garcia if Pacquiao beat Barrios?
But how bad is Barrios if Floyd can get off the couch after 10 years out the ring and just box rings around Pacquiao? Yeah. How bad is Barrios then?
Well, we already know Barrios is on the floor.
But does that mean that Floyd still now
can go win a world title level? Yeah, that's a fact. That's a good question. You see a George Foreman, Floyd Mayweather. It's mad.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's mad.
It will never happen because he's not going to, unless it's Ryan Garcia or something, he's not going to generate that much money. If you're going to make 300 million to fight Pacquiao, even if you beat Pacquiao in this kind of pseudo exhibition match, you ain't making 300-400 million to fight these kind of man. But That's what it like you say, bro. He's just gonna keep going until he loses.
Man, was saying if Floyd beats Pacquiao, would you want to see Floyd versus Crawford? I'm like, bro, you man are sick, fam.
Crawford will kill Floyd.
You man are sick.
Crawford will kill Floyd.
You man are sick, bro.
Crawford will kill Floyd.
Bro, you man are actually
And before man get upset in the comments, use your brain. This version of Crawford would kill this version of Floyd.
Facts.
So I'm not saying prime for prime. If we,
I
prefer Henry over Haaland. But if Henry signed for Arsenal now, he's gonna get smoked by Haaland.
I would. I'm not even gonna lie. Brother, I even think Crawford could come back now and beat everybody up.
Yeah,
he could come back now. Like, we said
that last week. He could win world titles at 3 or 4 weight classes now. He's only been retired a few months.
Facts. Like, man, them actually, bro, come on, man. Just because his name's retired, he could do a Tyson Fury, fam.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna come back though.
Nah, money's not his motivation. He says it all the time. Money's not my god. You know what I'm saying? And he knows his body's breaking down.
He ain't selling his soul.
Yeah, 100%. Facts.
Yeah.
We're gonna be live this weekend.
Yeah, facts.
It's the last
back
Vegas
to proper
one.
boxing.
It's the Las Vegas one, I think. For
yeah,
a while.
It's the last Las Vegas one.
Yeah.
You said the Las Vegas one.
It's the last, Vegas fight for a while.
Yeah.
Who calls it Las Vegas? Come on. But yeah, Sugar Nunez versus Navarrete. This is gonna be a great fight.
Trust me. I mean, we've had a lot of fights this year, and some great fights this year. I can't even I can't complain. But this is like when the fight schedule came out and Matchroom came out with their fight schedule, which was mad. Oscar came out with his fight schedule, which was also mad. Benavidez Zerdo, which was like highlight of it, and then obviously not Top Rank. Frank came out with his one, which wasn't as good. The fight that I always said intrigues me the most, because in every single one of them, I kind of knew who was going to win. I knew Tio was going to lose to Shakur. I pretty much knew Ryan was going to beat Barrios. Most of these fights, I knew who was going to win. I didn't know who was going to win between Andy Cruz and Murataya, but it is what it was. Sugar Nunez and Navarrete, you can put a gun to my head right now, I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
You can put a gun to my head right now, I don't know who's going to win. You got Nunez, who's a knockout puncher, and you got Navarrete, who's just a machine. Two Mexicans who's just literally going to go to work. Now, this fight isn't in Vegas, you know.
Where is
it's
it?
in Phoenix. So
You're
it's
right,
still the same
Arizona.
time
It's
zone.
in Arizona, yeah.
But, yeah, fam. This, bruv. These are your type of fights.
I was going to say, I was just about to say, this is my type of fight. I like power punchers. I like pressure fighters. I like technical ability as
Mexican
well.
style.
I like Mexican style. I think that some people that are pressure fighters, their technique gets overlooked a lot of the time, personally. But yeah, this is my type of fighting all day long. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a good. It's a scrap, but it's like a high level scrap.
And it's what you've been emphasizing for the last few weeks: a unification.
World title unification.
Yeah,
fight.
WBO and IBF.
High level world title fight, high level scrap. It will be an entertain. We were worried about whether Andy Cruz versus Murataya would be entertaining. Mm-hmm. We were worried about whether Shakur and Tia would be entertaining. We don't worry about whether this is. Kelly had to be boring in order to beat Barkram, and credit to Kelly for winning that, but he had to be a little bit boring. Even to a degree,
Barrios and Ryan.
I was going to say Figueroa and Nick Ball wasn't the most exciting fight. It was
entertaining, but I know what you're saying.
For the style matchup, it wasn't. These two,
because Nick Ball didn't actually fight the way we thought he was going to fight. Correct. So you're right.
Sugar Nunez and Navarrete on paper are two fighters that come forwards. Figueroa and Nick Ball on paper are two fighters that come forwards. But this is going to look different to that.
Because it's a mindset thing.
Exactly.
It's a mindset thing. Yeah. Like, this fight, Nick Ball is a pressure fighter, but Nick Ball isn't knocking man out with one punch.
Yeah.
Sugar Nunez can knock man out with one punch, but he ain't bro. If you knock Navarrete out with one punch, mad. And with what Navarrete's done in his career, 3-weight world champion, if he beats Sugar Nunez and becomes unified champion, we might have to start looking at maybe a lower half of the pound for pound list for this dude. This dude's been on the block, bro. Another guy who Shakur didn't fight when they both had world titles at the same weight class.
What was that, 126 or 130?
126 and 130.
Yeah.
But we ain't going to get into that. In fact, even at 135, because obviously Navarrete did lose to Boachuk on a close points decision, but that was when Shakur had the WBC belt at 135, so that's 3 weight classes, so is what is. But here's where I'm like, I was going to ask you this. With Shaki Foster moving up to 135, I don't know why they ain't put the Ring Magazine belt on this as well. Because it's not a ring fight, I wonder if that's why they ain't put the Ring Magazine belt on it.
Probably. We can see the direction they're going in. And they'll start putting ring
because
belts
it's
on
it's a
Zuffa fights as
matchroom
well.
card. It's a matchroom show. So what do you think? It's you think it's like a cynical thing? Because
I think he'll start trying to put ring belts on Zuffa fights.
Because I'm wondering, like, this
to try and give it some more credibility.
I agree with Shaki moving up to 35. We can undoubtedly say the best at 120, the best at 130 is Navarrete and Sugar Nunez. Yeah. You may make an argument for Raymond Ford, but he doesn't have a belt. And for me, the winner has to fight Ford for me. But like, I was just wondering why why is it not a ring fight? Like this is 1 versus 2. But yeah, I don't know.
I think that the ring belts at the lower weight classes will be easier attached to fighters that we don't know as much.
Yo, probably.
Do you know what I'm saying? That. Man can't just pick up a random brother we've never heard of
at middleweight or
at middleweight or light heavyweight and give him a Zuffa belt.
Yes, man.
Do you know what I'm saying? Especially because when that brother does lose, he loses bad.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, and then it will destroy the credibility of the belt. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the lighter weight classes, you can maybe make something happen a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? And start giving it some credibility. You'll start low, build your credibility, and then slowly move the credibility up the weight classes, if that makes sense.
Who fought recently at this weight class?
At 130?
Yeah. Someone fought recently at this. I can't remember, bro. It's annoying.
Not one of the Russells.
It was on the undercard of Wood and Warrington. What fight was on the undercard of Wood and Warrington?
Oh, let me have a look. Let's have a look.
No, not the girl fight.
Oh, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't know.
Oh. There was a fight, yeah, that I was saying. Oh, well, I'm so dumb.
What?
I'm so dumb. Wood and Warrington.
Oh, yeah, you were saying Lee Wood. I'm
like, if Lee Wood could position himself to fight, well, he can't fight one of these, man.
I was going to say no.
It's long. It's long. Yeah,
I don't know which one's worse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because for Nunez, Wood is very hittable.
Yeah, facts. He knocks you out.
And he just doesn't have the output
to keep
Navarrete away. So it would just be...
Yeah, I was from a British perspective, could you see it? I'm like, yeah, fuck.
And their name's not even hot enough to be like an impressive win.
But it's in-house, isn't it? They're all, well, I don't know if Navarrete...
Who's Ford with?
Ford was Matchroom.
That's a better...
What? Ford and Wood?
No.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The winner has to fight Ford. That's because I know Navarrete... Here's another question. Navarrete is with Top Rank, but Eddie Hearn won the purse bid for this fight. Do you think there's a bit of hometown cooking? Like, judges-wise? Like, obviously, if it goes to the distance, I'm going to give it to... Because we saw it with Kelly and Barkram. A little bit of favourable judges, maybe...
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they're both in the same place, though, right? They're both.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's not the same as Kelly and Barker. He's travelled to Kelly's backyard, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's different.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. I think the styles are going to clash so well, but then it could be difficult to score.
Yeah, you're right. For me, I think if Nunez can get a couple of knockdowns, he can do himself well. I just can't see how he keeps up with Navarrete's pace. If you had to put a gun to me, I'm going to see Navarrete on points. Just because I think he's going to get outworked.
What weight is Ahmed Aliyev at?
120. No, he's at 120. I don't know. He might have moved to 126 now.
Oh, okay.
Might have moved to 126.
Too small for these guys.
Yeah.
That would be a great
style matchup. Maybe Nick Ball might move up to 130. He was at 126 before. You don't want to see it.
I would like to see it. It's just
You feel like because there's already a blueprint to beat Nick Ball, these men could just do what Figueroa does done.
I just feel like the desire didn't look like it was there.
I get what you mean.
He was he was good when the fight was going his way. And again, I criticise British boxers for this all the time. How often do we see a fight not going your way and you turn the screw?
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of flat track bullies in this country. You're looking at Okoli. You're looking at Yard. You're looking at now Nick Ball. Josh Kelly, the fight was perfect for him. Partly credit Adam Booth for that, but the fight was perfect for him. To an extent, AJ, when the fight's going his way, it's going his way.
No, not Fury. You can't say that about Fury.
Do you know what I mean?
Say that about Fury.
I know what you mean.
Hamza
Shiraz is another one. Do you know what I'm saying?
When it's going good, it's going good.
Good is going good, but you can't turn the screw. Brandon Figueroa, the fight was not going his way.
Yeah.
The first 4 or 5 rounds, he's turned the screw and it's gone his way. Do you know what I mean? He's gone and earned.
And he was winning the fight going into the last couple of rounds, and he still went and got the knockout. That's what you call. Yeah. I get what you mean. There's a different level of mindset.
There's a different level of mindset, and so I feel like if he goes in with that mindset, I think, like you say, it's a mixture of everything. The way they coach, the coaching. We're going to do a whole video about British boxing because it's a whole topic in itself.
Yeah, I agree.
And it might need just a single solo. Maybe we'll bring in training footage and do a whole tactical breakdown. We're going to do technical breakdowns on the channel coming soon for the members as well. So if you want to become a member for that.
We'll be live. This weekend. Yep. For obviously the football, Arsenal versus Chelsea, we'll be live for that. But we'll be live for Navarrete versus Sugar Nunez. I can guarantee you, even though we'll be having to wake up early, I'm glad I'm not working on a Sunday. Yeah. But we'll be an entertaining fight. Like, it's probably going to be one of our most entertaining fights that we've done this year in terms of just watching from a spectacle perspective. So I have no problem.
Do you know what we didn't do?
What?
Our boxing wish lists.
We could do that now.
I can't think of what my boxing wish list is off the top of my head.
Yeah, we'll do that next week.
But yeah, next week
we'll get...
I know my football wish list.
Next week, in fact, in the comment section of this video, give us your boxing wish list.
Yeah, it's good.
And then if we see enough comments of a boxing wish list, we'll read them out and we'll give you our one.
Perfect. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about Frank Warren suing the Saudis and pretty much suing the Saudi government. Absolute madman, bruv. Madman. Let me know what you think about, what else was it? Zuffa's boxing takeover. Sky deal, signing fighters, the new roster, all that kind of stuff. This is the first show we've done since Conor Benn signed. Obviously, we've got a whole video about that, so we didn't talk about it today, but, let us know what you think about that. Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2. Who's winning? Should it even be happening? Who's sanctioning this? Where is it going to happen?
Why are we paying for this?
Don't be surprised to see it happen in Miami because they just let anything go on there in Miami.
Is it even going to happen?
Is it even going to... I actually do believe it's going to happen.
The money's too high.
The money's too high and they're both in that same position of life.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Ryan Garcia, who does he fight next? The world is now his oyster. He can fight Devin if he really believes that he can.
Is he going to leave Oscar and sign with Zuffa?
He's not leaving Oscar. I think we know there's an electric fit. Bro, we're going to get a doc called Oscar Island in 10 years' time about all these fighters trying to escape from Oscar's basement and he's making them wear women's clothes and that. I swear down. Oscar's a madman, bro.
Bro, free Virgil, bro. Free Virgil.
Free the boy Virgil, man. Free Virgil. Virgil, we support you, man. I mean, free the boy Virgil. Even Boots is throwing up free Virgil right now. Your ops are screaming free you. That's how mad it is, bro.
It's come outside.
Everybody against Babylon, Serious. And then, like Shane said, we're going to be live for Sugar Nunez versus Navarrete.
Put your predictions in the comment section.
Predictions in the comments, please. There are no wrong predictions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Other than maybe Nunez winning on points. But other than that, there's no wrong predictions. So, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Road to 5K. We're out. What's going on, people? We're back again. Onlyfacts football.